Do you listen to a lot of podcasts other than ours?
I listen to Comedy Bang Bang.
I've tried that one.
And the sci-fi. I listen to a lot of old-time radio. So it's like OTR, it's old-time radio, and then there's the sci-fi ones that are great because they run like X-1. Oh, yeah, it's all back in the 40s and 50s, so it's in the future. And it's like 1995. And we're in another planet. And I'm like, what? But it cracks me up because sometimes there's like World War in 1985 because the robots have taken over. But they're in the 40s, writing these sci-fi things, and they think the same thing that happened to me in the 70s. We were supposed to be on the moon
by 2000.
Personal space shuttles, a base. I still don't get it that why we have a Skylab or these space stations that orbit the Earth and have a decaying orbit that eventually they're crashing into the Earth when there's a giant rock that we know how to build on rock and we could bolt anything to it. That why don't I know it's a long ways away.
It's a long way.
But just do it. Just to say, hey, we got it.
I guess so, but just the cost of it.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
We spend a lot of money anyway.
Yeah,
we waste a lot of money just here. I think we could probably save just in the postage stamp fund of Congress and their personnel and all the staffing.
We should do that. We could probably get a cabinet position as qualified as a lot of people.
I think so. You have a business. You've owned a bunch of businesses.
I have,
and that's all it takes.
That's all it takes. I'm not a billionaire, but
no. Well, you're close.
I'm a thousandaire.
Yeah,
so
that's
we could do that
right there.
Yeah, we could do that.
You're an investor.
I am.
An entrepreneur.
I do.
You're
invest in things.
Comedy magic. We could do
Male
that.
model.
You could make things disappear.
Sort of.
Male model. Hey, you're handsome. Ruggedly handsome.
Hands. I use my hands.
Are you really? You're a hand model?
I am. Well,
what do you?
To myself, I like to stare at my own hands.
I don't like to look
how
down.
big but the reason I asked about podcast is I was listening to one, Stuff You Should Know. You ever do that?
I'll have to.
You gotta
Is
do
that
it.
yours?
No.
You have like 100 podcasts.
Yeah, so. I have 3. But Stuff You Should Know is about...
I can't do math.
It's close enough. You're rounding off. But Stuff You Should Know, I highly recommend. It's just random topics. Like last week was porta potties. How do porta potties work? It's been how do lighthouses work? How do your nerves work? They just pick a topic. How did Carl Sagan work? How did Rodney Dangerfield was one of them.
Oh, he's so
And they
good.
just spend like 40 minutes talking. They research it like mad, and they just talk about this topic. And I don't think they discuss ahead of time. There's 2 guys, so that they're each like, oh, I didn't know that Rodney Dangerfield did that, or his mom was, whatever.
We should talk about movies. Have you seen the new Star Wars?
Have I seen the new Star Wars?
I have not. I wanted to.
What is wrong with you?
I have kids, and they're sick, and I don't get out much, and I'm trying to, as soon as they're well, we're going to go one of these nights because, I've got to see the new
I just
Rogue
met
One.
Josh Clark. You know Josh?
Yes.
Yesterday, and we did a scene-by-scene recap and critique of the movie. Are you a Star Wars fan?
I am. Yeah.
Yeah. We have, I have twins, boy and a girl.
Yeah.
Their middle names were going to be Luke and Leia.
Oh, nice.
But we thought that was silly, so his middle name is R2, hers is D2. We didn't want to be weird.
Don't be weird.
We didn't want to be weird about it.
Oh.
So.
Oh, my God.